Hello! Welcome to What's Cooking Good Lookin' with me, Emily Ellyn. You're all invited to this first date that is going to be absolutely fabulous. I've been inspired by my travels through India where they told me time and time again that eating food with fork and knife was like making love through a translator. So, as you can see, finger food and foreplay go hand in hand. Now, I like doing big spreads of hors d'oeuvres for people that you're cooking for the first time because you don't know if they have an aversion to any foods or if they're allergic. And this gives you a chance to have some leftovers so you can make lunch with the girls tomorrow and gossip about the night before, or if you're lucky, maybe make lunch for that guy or girl. So, where do we start? I'm going to make a wonderful spread of hors d'oeuvres, and then we're going to have a grapefruit sorbet that will just cleanse the palate. So, let's get cooking good looking. My mom would take my sister and I and prop us up in our bassinets on the countertop, and we would watch her cook. And we have been on show cooking our entire lives, and I always knew that I was going to be a cook, and I was going to entertain, and I was going to make people happy, and I was going to love them and feed them. As I said, dessert first. We're starting with a grapefruit sorbet because it takes about 2 hours to set up in the freezer. And it's very simple to make, but it will definitely put the icing on the cake, if you will. Start with a freezer-safe container. I like these. They're nice and tight in case they get knocked over in the freezer. You won't spill anything. You just make it right in the container. Start with simple syrup. It's simple. A cup of water, a cup of sugar. You reduce it on the stove. Just stir until the sugar dissolves, and do as I did. Just kind of set it over to the side, let it cool a bit, and then while you're doing that, take a half a cup of grapefruit juice that you've squeezed and reduce that. Reduce it so all the water evaporates and the flavor is concentrated. It just pops in your mouth. Add that. See, this is easy. Another cup of grapefruit juice. I didn't reduce it. It's just as is. Add that. I took a few segments, chopped those up, and then a little bit of zest, if you will. Voila. Put your tight top on. Snap, snap. Shake it. Put it in the freezer. Now, as I said, it does take 2 hours to set up, and I'll be well. I don't want you to be there, but I will show you how it looks when it's done. Get that in there. Look at this. Voila. The magic of TV, right? Now, my neighbor was so kind as to pick, look at these, look at how gorgeous they are, these huge blackberries. And if you serve this up, just a little fork or ice cream scoop, set it on a plate, garnish it with these blackberries, a little fresh sprig of mint, oh, you'll be in heaven. So easy. Now, come right back so I can show you how to make those easy finger foods to wow your first date. Now we're back to finish this finger-licking dinner. So, you know what's going to happen. All these vegetables, that carb lover is just going to freak out. So, I've developed a wonderful dill dip that I had to actually make because I have dill growing in my garden like a weed. It's very simple. half package of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of sour cream, the dill, horseradish, 3 tablespoons. It seems like a lot, but that extra kick really makes it taste good. Lemon juice, ground mustard seed, some nice diced up red onion, a little salt and pepper. I like using sea salt, gives it that extra pow, if you will. Now you can mix this up with your rubber spatula. I actually prefer to use my hand mixer. It goes a lot faster. You'll just have to work a little harder if you do it by hand. Very simple. Less than a few seconds. This is easy to clean. You just pop off the blades. And finish with my rubber spatula. And voila. Perfect. Let's try it with some carrots. You're going to impress that carb lover. Just put it in a bowl, serve it with your crudité, and you will be a hit. Okay. Now, the rest of the food is easy to assemble. I would say buy the hummus, buy the pita, but if you are ambitious and you have time, feel free to make it. I've added all the recipes online, but don't feel obligated because look at these beautiful pita chips you can buy, more fresh vegetables. You can get these beautiful olives already made, and they taste so good with all the other fixings. Now, while you're engaged in conversation tonight and you really want to impress him or her, your date, get a loaf of really good sourdough bread from your local bakery. Now, if you're ambitious, you can make this. Slice up a good slice. You can toast it in your toaster oven, but if you're engaged in conversation and you don't want to be distracted, it's good like this. Slice it. Get one of these beautiful heirloom tomatoes. The yellow ones are my favorite for this. Slice it. The trick here is not to just have the heirloom tomato on the bread. It is to bring out all those natural flavors with the salt and the pepper. This is going to be good. If my date would only give me a few more hours to get ready, I would be eating these all day. Some prosciutto. I've asked my deli man to slice this a bit thicker, just one setting thicker than they usually do, so you get some meat in your sandwich. Then a good manchego cheese. I just take it and I do a nice little slice like this. Maybe another one. Just good. And avocados are in season right now, and I have to tell you, it just puts the finishing touches on the sandwich. Slice them up. Give it a little twist. Slice it. And voila. A nice little fan of avocado. You're cooking now. And the final touch. Just a little drizzle of spicy olive oil to finish it off. And let me tell you, this is going to be good. And messy. If we only had more time. Speaking of time, I need to clean this all up, get gussied up. Meet me back here. I'm going to show you the finished spread. See, that was easy. It doesn't take much effort to make a tantalizing spread of finger-licking delectables. Now, to get the juices flowing, a little blanc de blanc. This pairs really well with finger foods like this, or sparkling rosé. Ooh. And the bubbles will keep him talking. He's here! Lucky guy. So keep posted because next time I'll tell you all about it. But until then, cheers to you and your first date, and keep cooking good looking.